Hello folks, this is Ryan from ORS Snowshoes Direct here in Vermont, and we're going through some of our snowshoes today, category by category, to help you pick the right snowshoe for you. There's a lot of snowshoes, a whole lot of options. Best thing to do is to break them down into categories. So right now we're doing our trail adventure recreational category. So this is sort of a step up from the basic beginner. So you're thinking, okay, I'm going to go a little further than the packed trail, maybe do some steeper terrain, but I'm not ready for the real deep, steep type expedition or even all-terrain type stuff. So these shoes are going to generally be best for moderate terrain, getting a little steeper, getting a little deeper, but not quite to the extreme of expedition, and certainly more than your packed, real basic terrain. So let's start off with this one right here, shall we? This is a Crescent Moon Gold 13. This is a women's model. By the way, all of these have a men's and a women's option. The women's tend to have a more tapered tail and a binding that can fit a smaller range of sizes. Color might be a little different, but otherwise, the materials, the features are all the same. So the features here are the same as the men's. With this model, you're getting an aluminum frame. It's a nice lightweight shoe, decent amount of traction. Those are pretty deep penetrating crampons right there. Those are going to certainly give you good traction in pretty steep terrain. And the nice thing about Crescent Moon, they are US made, which is great. This binding, called a single pull, is they use on all of their shoes. Very, very easy to use and very, very comfortable. This material is really soft. It can really mold to your shoe. You won't feel any pressure points or any buckles poking you in the foot. So to use it, you basically open up the shoe, you pull the slack out. There's a little pull rope here you can use when you've got it on to kind of in one motion pull that back to pull the slack open. You slide your foot in, and with one pull that'll cinch up around the front of your foot, get it to a just the right amount of comfort. Tight but not too tight, and then you just got your little ratcheting heel strap here, which is a nice feature as well. So that gives you a really, really secure fit. That's pretty much a fixed toe cord. So when you take a step, the shoe kind of comes with you. It's good for getting over obstacles and that sort of thing. There's two schools of thought with toe cord. We'll see the other style, the rotating toe cord, in some of the other models, but this is a fixed toe cord. So meaning when you take a step, the shoe kind of comes with you off the ground. So there it is, the Gold 13 from Crescent Moon. Another American company made in the US, MSR. This is the Evo. It's a molded shoe. So instead of an aluminum frame with decking material, it's a plastic molded shoe. Very, very durable and flexible. So it can kind of take the contour of the terrain. If you're side traversing, your foot, the shoe can kind of adapt and give you the best traction. Lots and lots of traction, as you can see on there. So you're going to get really good traction in steeper terrain. The toe cord is a rotating toe cord, and so when you pick up your foot, it drops, the heel drops, the tail of the shoe drops, the snow will shed off the back, but there's a built-in stop, so it doesn't swing away all the way. It doesn't stop until it hits your shin. It will sort of rotate and then hit that stop. The binding doesn't look real fancy, but let me tell you what, this binding is great. It works really, really well. There's really nothing that can go wrong with it. It's a really, really simple design, but effective and comfortable. Basically, you step into it. These little straps can go through these hooks. You tension against your foot, and then this tab will fall into one of these holes. And I mean, it's that simple, but it doesn't budge. When this thing is on, it just won't pop off. Same kind of design for the heel strap as well. Just that. This is actually very similar to Volet ski straps use this kind of technology. Sort of a slightly stretchy material landing in these little tabs. Really, really simple but effective binding. This is the MSR Evo, and as all MSRs, it's a modular. You can attach a flotation tail on there to get more flotation when you're in deeper snow. You take the tail off, you get a smaller shoe for easier maneuverability. So this is kind of like a shoe that can do a lot more than with just one size with those modular tails. Okay, then MSR has another design. This is called the Lightning Flash. The Lightning series have a metal frame with decking material, but to save weight, they incorporate the traction into the frame itself. So the frame is part of the traction, as well as these horizontal traction bars and the toe crampon, you're getting really, really good traction. This is a very, very, very lightweight snowshoe, a super, super lightweight. And the binding, talk about easy to use. This is called the speed lock binding. Great feature on this shoe. Basically, you've got this wide strap here. You adjust this initially with the boot that you're going to wear most of the time. You lock it into place. And then once that's in place, to get in and out of this binding, all you do is you have to undo your heel strap. And it uses that same kind of technology as I showed you before. But you can see how the strap here is kind of offset. So you bring your foot in at an angle and then you twist it to center. And by doing that, it tightens up around your boot. Again, you've preset this hoop to fit that boot perfectly. And then all you do is you just tighten that heel strap. It's that simple. I mean, really, really easy to get in, to get out. Rotating toe cord with a fixed stop. And just a really nice lightweight shoe. Does have a little bit of flex as well built into the frame for articulation. So really, really nice, lightweight, premium shoe right here from MSR, US made. All right, now we're getting into Atlas and Tubbs. Big brands, but really good quality, good value with Atlas and Tubbs. Atlas, we've got the 9 series here and the 10 series. So this is the 9 series Electra for women. This is a 10 series for men. Again, there's men's and women's available in both. A couple of differences. First of all, traction. So 9 series versus 10, you can see the additional traction elements and also a reconfigured sort of toe crampon. So more aggressive traction here for more aggressive terrain. They're both on that fixed, or I'm sorry, the spring-loaded binding, so you get lots of side-to-side articulation. The bindings work kind of similar. Basically, there's a sort of a single pull here with a heel strap. Put your foot in, pull on that to cinch it around your boot. The difference between the two, there's a little more, certainly a stiffer material and padding is included on the 10 series, so a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more support. And also with the 10 series, you get a climbing bar. That's a feature you'll find more on the expedition snowshoes or all-terrain go-anywhere snowshoes, but it's nice in this category. That heel bar will give you a place for your heel to land if you happen to be going uphill for quite a while. It's more like walking upstairs versus tiptoeing up. You reduce your calf fatigue significantly with a heel bar, plus it allows your heel to land on that bar and put more pressure on the shoe for better traction when it's steeper. So, you know, the 10 series is sort of straddling the fence between this category and the next category, the all-terrain go anywhere, but it's still price-wise in this category. Really, really great shoe there. 10 series from Atlas. All right, last but not least, we've got Tubbs. 2 models from Tubbs. We have the Frontier and we have the Flex Trek. We'll start with the Frontier, more of a traditional shoe. There you go. There's your traction. Plenty of traction, but for the terrain we're talking about, you know, certainly for expedition, you'll notice the crampons aren't very long, so they're not going to penetrate into real deep snow. So for more, you know, mellow terrain, not so much deep snow. But a fully rotational toe cord. Now that's a fully rotational toe cord. There really isn't a built-in stop. Some people really like that. You know, they aren't generally picking their shoe off the ground. So every step, that tail just drags and the snow just sheds off the back. Tubbs has been using this design for their entire history, and it's been very successful for them. They put a pretty basic binding on here, nothing too fancy, but it's really, really simple. It's called the 180 EZ. You step down in there, this goes over the top. You can tighten the tension by pulling on that strap. You got a heel strap to worry about, but that's it. To get out, really the heel strap can stay in place. You just pop this buckle and out you go. So when you're cold and ready to call it a day, you'll be inside quicker with that type of system. So that's the Tubbs Frontier. This is the women's. There's a men's version as well. It also has this little curved up tail. That kind of helps the shoe to roll a little bit more naturally when you're on packed snow. It's just a real simple design, but it actually does make a difference. And last but not least, the Flex Trek. So now we have a molded shoe from Tubbs. So lots and lots of twist built into it so that it conforms to the terrain that you're on, but also in the tail. This is the big feature. When you're on packed snow or icy terrain and you take a step, you land on that tail, and it really rolls right into the snow. It's a very, very comfortable experience. Pretty decent traction on there. Big, long traction rails. Good toe crampon and some horizontal traction built into the frame as well. So this can handle some pretty aggressive terrain. You know, the shoe here, being that it's more for packed snow, it's a smaller shoe for easier maneuverability, but it's going to give you stability and also traction in more packed snow conditions. And then the binding, pretty simple binding, really nothing fancy. Slide your foot in, pull that, heel strap, you're done. You don't need a lot of side-to-side articulation because, again, this is more for packed snow, but icy packed snow. So you're getting really, really good traction and really, really comfortable walking experience. The tubs flex. This is the men's version. There's a women's version as well. Oh, and one other thing I should point out, this also has a climbing bar. So this is another shoe that's sort of trying to, straddle the fence between the two categories. You could go a little further with this shoe, but generally it's going to be more packed or hard packed type conditions. So, as you can see, lots and lots of options, lots to think about. If you want more detail on any particular shoe, just check the product page. But this is just a general overview. I hope it helped. Hopefully I'll see you out there someday. My name is Ryan from ORS Snowshoes Direct. Take care.